Hi, I'm Donna from Donna B Astrology. Welcome to Astro Babble, where we talk about and babble about astrology.
Hello, and I'm Lynda from Scullywag Astrology.
And today we're going to be talking about the full moon in Capricorn.
That's at 21 degrees Capricorn, 21 minutes. So I'm just going to bring up the chart. So Donna, are you going to tell us about the moon mansions for this full moon?
Okay, the moon mansion is going to be at 21 degrees, 21 minutes of Capricorn. And so that's going to be at the 23rd moon mansion, or El Belda. And it is good for healing journeys. I'm thinking that's overland because it's also good for jewelry making, associations, escape, but it is not good for marriage, and it is not good for boarding ships. So stick to the land.
Well, with the moon in Capricorn ruled by Saturn, I can understand not good for ships because Saturn's associated with shipwrecks. And marriage, I suppose it's not the most
warm.
It's not the most joyous planet, is it?
It's not the most warm sign.
No, it's not. It's not. So we've got the chart up here. Moon at 21 degrees Capricorn and Pluto at 27 degrees of Capricorn. So 6 degrees away. Pluto's it's a small planet or dwarf planet or whatever they classify it as these days. But I'm wondering if this is going to be adding a little bit of oomph to this full moon. Could be quite transformative.
Yes, I like that. Yeah, because it's so close.
And another thing we've got going on, we've got Mercury at the time it's 17 degrees of Cancer, moving up to sextile Uranus at 18 degrees of Taurus. So that will bring innovative thinking in that. So I'm thinking this could be like, well, actually, this is a full moon. So this is about completion and high points and endings. So maybe there's going to be a need to be a little bit quick on our feet to kind of adjust or adapt to circumstances. Doesn't mean that it's going to be bad, but just maybe there's going to be a need for that agility there.
Yes. That's definitely a possibility.
Also at the same time, we've got Venus will be moving away from its very recent trine with Saturn. So that's kind of good, stability in relationships. But we will also have Venus moving up to square Neptune. So could be quite interesting. Saturn's the ruler of this moon, and it's in Aquarius, and it's retrograde. As the ruler of the moon, it kind of can't give it a real lot of help because it's in the sign next to it. So we say that it's in aversion to it. So could be an interesting full moon.
For sure. I think all of these luminaries are going to be interesting. All the planets are in an interesting, way.
Dynamic.
They're lining up. They're
interesting.
Very interesting.
Well, shall we go ahead and do the horoscopes?
That sounds great. If you are a Capricorn rising, sun, or moon, this will be happening in your first house. Ooh, with Pluto in there, it definitely could be transformational on yourself, because the first house has to do with your own, your own self. So if you have anything that you want to transform, or you're finishing up, not really finishing up, but kind of bringing to a fullness like the moon is, you're going to be reaping some rewards, and it might have some transformational tones to it.
Very good. And if you are a Sagittarius ascendant, this full moon is going to be happening in your second house. This is the house of your income, your personal finances, and your resources. So you might be coming to some sort of completion, high point, culmination regarding one of these topics. Maybe you've been working towards achieving a bonus from work at this time, and this is a time when you achieve it or receive it. Maybe you've been working towards purchasing something that will be helpful to you, or maybe you receive some sort of help from others that provides a good resource for you at this time.
Very nice. So if you are a Scorpio, this is going to be happening in your third house. And this could be anything that might be coming to fruition with like your siblings or anything that's in your community, directly in your community. Wherever you travel on a day-to-day basis would be considered your community. So this, or younger education, this might have something to do with you. So I would be looking for those kind of themes when this happens in your third house, if you are a Scorpio.
And if you are a Libra ascendant, this is happening in your fourth house. The fourth house is our parents, family, our home and living situation, and real estate matters. So you might be coming to a high point or completion or fruition regarding one of these topics. Maybe you're signing the documents to buy that house, or maybe you're moving into a new place, or, you know, this could be something that's happening to your parents, something that they're been working towards and it's been reached, and this is the high point.
Oh, that'll be nice. I know my parents have a project going on. Yeah, so if you are a Virgo, this is going to be happening in your fifth house. And that is it's predominantly your children. It can also be your house of creativity. So if you are working on a project with your kids, or you're, with yourself and you're wanting to do a painting or finishing something that's creative, this would be a good time to, this aspect is the one that kind of moves it closer to that finish line.
And if you're a Leo ascendant, this full moon is happening in your sixth house. The sixth house is topics such as illness, but it's also pets and employees or people that work for you. Sometimes it can mean people that you work with. It's also the house of service. So this is a house often seen in doctors, nurses, fire, what would you call them? Fire department guys, firefighters, but police guys, policemen. I'm a bit airy-fairy tonight. But yeah, so maybe there's something coming to fruition with one of these topics. Could be you're going in for surgery. Maybe you've completed a regimen of pills or some sort of rehab, or something to do with your health and rehabilitating that. Or, it could be something as simple as, say for police officers, graduating from their academy or something like that.
Oh, I like that. Very nice. Very nice. So if you are a Cancer, this is going to be happening in your seventh house. And this has to do with the one-on-one relationship. So if you're wanting to meet with somebody that you've been having a hard time, connecting with, like a friend that you're so busy all the time and you can't connect, this might be a good time to be able to connect, because it has everything to do with the one-on-one relationship. So it's either, a friend or a significant other, or it could even be if you're trying to get an appointment with, like a lawyer, but it's the one-on-one kind of, it's the committed relationships. It's the ones that are committed, not the friends, but the committed ones.
And if you're a Gemini ascendant, this full moon is happening in your eighth house. This is the house of other people's money. So this is joint finances, this is loans, taxation, debts, insurances, inheritances. So matters regarding one of those matters might be coming to a completion at this time. Maybe you've been waiting for a settlement to come through or for approval of a loan or something similar. This is a high point or a completion or an ending at this stage.
Very nice. Okay, so if you are a Taurus, it's going to be happening in your 9th house. So this is upper education, like university. It can also be philosophy. It can also be with the Pluto there, and that's that deep under hidden kind of things. It could be astrology and the mystical type of the arts. So that might be, you have more of an interest towards that. Either you might have gotten a book that you were planning on getting if you are going for that upper education.
Yeah, esoteric subjects. And if you're an Aries ascendant, this full moon is happening in your 10th house. And the 10th house is career and public reputation. So this could be something, you could be finishing up an important project at work. You could be finishing work. You could be moving on to another job. You might be advancing to a higher position, or you might just be leaving. It could also be indicative of things like honours and rewards. So this might have nothing to do with your career per se. It might be something like you're being recognised for something in the community that you do that's not your job. Perhaps you're a volunteer for something, or you're recognised in some way. The full moon is shining its light on you. This is a very visible house. So, yeah, just a little bit more attention at this time. Hopefully good attention.
And so if Pisces is your sun, rising, or moon, it's actually, we're trying to go with more of the rising sign. But if you don't know, then you can always go to your sun or your moon. But if you are a Pisces rising, this is going to be happening in the house of hopes and dreams. So if you have anything that you are working on, maybe a vacation or it also has to do with groups. So if you are planning on doing something with a group of people, this would be a great time for maybe it would be a group, but it would be a good time for a reunion of sorts. I could see that happening.
Yeah, that would be fun. And if you're an Aquarius ascendant, this full moon will be happening in your 12th house. The 12th house is our house of hidden and secretive matters. It's also the house of our undoing. It can be a place of retreat. It can be going away, working behind the scenes, or just rest and recalibrating your batteries. So something regarding those matters might be coming to an end or a completion or a high point. Perhaps you've locked yourself away and you've been writing on something or working on something behind the scenes. Maybe at this time it's like, okay, it's done. I can get out into the real world now. Or unfortunately, we spoke about that being a place of our undoing. So this includes addictions and self-defeating habits. So maybe something happens at this point. We wouldn't call it a high point, but it might be kind of a culmination. You know, they say you've kind of got to hit rock bottom before you can kind of get better sometimes. In some cases, this could be that, but I would assume, yeah, it just depends. It's a difficult house. But something regarding one of those matters coming to a completion or an ending at this time.
Very nice.
And just, Donna, you were saying about the ascendant, like, we prefer people to read this as an ascendant sign. We should possibly do a video about that sometime, just explaining why. I don't think a lot of people understand why. And maybe if we show them on the chart, like, for example, I know I'm an Aries sun, but my ascendant's a Capricorn, and you're a Taurus ascendant and you're a Scorpio. So yeah, your chart's completely flipped, whereas mine's like the quarter. Yeah, maybe if we do a video about that, even if it's just a short little one, that would be handy, and we can link to that each time.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Okay, the stone this month that I have, I'm showing my purple, is the amethyst, and this is a natural amethyst that is, and this is the matrix right here. So this gray part is actually where the stone actually grows out of. I mean, that's what it probably looks like in the cave or in the geode, because it forms in a geode. And all of these are like little points. So it can
you said
either,
a geode. What is that, like a round rock?
yes, a geode is like a round rock. So just imagine that this was bigger, and then just, I've actually been in a geode, a celestite geode, cool. But this is a geode that is, they typically grow in geodes. I don't know, they can be found in different ways, I would think. It's the triclinic or triclinic, a trigonal crystal system. This is a big point.
Damn, that's nice.
Natural down here. It can be made into like jewelry. So there's that. There's a necklace, and I keep them in obviously a jar because they are most hardness of 7, so they are very, very durable, or pretty durable. It's the same hardness of a normal quartz. This is chevron chevron amethyst. Okay, so this is, and they have it kind of looks like a chevron. And that one probably shows it way better.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
So, that's amethyst. It can be it's usually used for jewelry. I have a ring here, earrings.
Oh, you've got a comb too. Nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's it can be used, and it's very durable. So you can just you don't have to be too cautious with it. You can't drop it like on cement or a tile, but it's a pretty durable type of jewelry or stone. Now, what is it good for? And this is why a lot of people use it. It's been said, in legend has it, that there was a glass, a goblet that was formed and made out of amethyst, and they said if you drank out of it, you would not have a hangover or get drunk. That, this particular stone, it works on the 3rd eye, the crown, and the 8th chakra. So it works on, the head, and it's good for addictions. It's good for protection. It resonates with the wind element. It's found in Brazil, Bolivia, Mexico, Africa, Canada, Russia, the United States, and Europe. So it's a really good stone to have around. It's good for protection. Yeah.
And just wearing like the jewelry, like a necklace or a ring or something like that, that kind of gives you that protection while it's wearing it?
Yes. Yes. Nice. Yeah. The stone, it kind of has that vibe all the time. I meditated with this stone and then realized I hadn't drank anything like in a very long time. It was amazing on, like, if you normally have like wine with dinner and then you just don't for some reason. It's like, oh, I spent a lot of time with the amethyst today. So yeah, it really, I was shocked because I was told to meditate with when I was doing my training, I was told to meditate with a certain rock for like a length of time. And when I did, and then to figure out like what happened to me personally, that's how I know the stones really well. Because if I've meditated with them, I really know them well. And I surprisingly did not have a glass of wine or anything. I mean, for that entire period. So yeah, it is one of the stones. I use it a lot on my layouts because it is an all-around general healing. Yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
So I'm a very big proponent of the amethyst. I wear it a lot. I give it a lot.
Yeah. And if somebody bought one and wanted to meditate, like what would they do? They just kind of like concentrate on it and just kind of
concentrate on it in a quiet place, sit with it and find out what it wants to tell you. The information might come at you like through dreams or through other ways that let you know that it's the amethyst that's, like you might like walk into a new store that's in town and all of a sudden everything's purple. The walls are purple. It's just it just there are different ways, much like astrology. The symbolism comes to you in different and other ways. That's where stones and astrology kind of are work together, or they work in the same type of way. That's why I have my own theory that I think that this earth was made because of, whatever. I could go off on another tangent. That's why I think that's how other planets have hit Earth when it was forming, causing the veins and
interesting,
causing the mining veins that we get certain crystals out of. I think that's how they happened, because the crystals have their own energies. The planets have their own energies. Are they the same? Yes, they are. Some of them. That's my own wacky thought.
No. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah,
as we babble.
Cool. We do like to babble. Okie dokie. Well, shall we have a look at the upcoming aspects between this full moon and the new moon must be Leo. God, it's getting away, isn't it?
Yes, it is. The time is just going by so fast. So earlier on this day, we had the Venus trine Saturn, which is stable relationships.
Yeah.
Then later on that day, then we have Mercury is going to sextile Uranus. And those are those two planets that, they're both in charge of communication and talk. It'd be quite an interesting day with a lot of news, shocking maybe even.
Yeah, I think this is, great ideas, innovative, original. This is really great. I'm thinking quick on your feet. I know there's no Pisces here, which Pisces rules the feet, but it's kind of, needing to be to be able to react quickly. That Mercury's in Cancer, so it's in a cardinal sign. So it wants to act and move forward and initiate. Uranus is in Taurus, but, it's still Uranus. So it's quick, fast, revolutionary. So, should be helpful, though. It is a sextile. Great ideas. Could be a good day to brainstorm.
Oh, nice. I have to write that down. I'm sure there's something I have to brainstorm on. The next aspect is Venus going to square Neptune.
Yeah, this is kind of disillusionment. This is, they're not everything I thought they were, and it's kind of like that knight in shining armor we were talking about a couple of weeks ago. I think it was a trine or a sextile at that stage, but now we've got the square. And we've idealized somebody, put them up on a pedestal, and maybe we've realized they're only human, or it could be deception. You find out that you're not the only one, or, they've been just lying in general, which is not good. Even if it's not about anything consequential, it's just not a good sign. Yeah, or it could be kind of that Neptune is the boundaries are very ill-defined. So it could be almost, I'm thinking like a mania, it's not good regardless.
Well, the square is a tension, and it causes you to do something. That's the nice and the bad thing about squares is they cause you to do something. Venus is a benefic, but if she's decided that I'm not seeing the right boundaries here, she very well might, just take off. So.
And Venus, Venus doesn't love everybody. She's kind of like, she can be quite discriminating in what she does like and what she doesn't like.
It's very discriminating.
I see this as kind of almost a fall from grace. And this doesn't have to mean the end of a relationship. I mean, sometimes this is actually healthy, seeing that, they're not, you know, perfect. They're human, just like you, depending on what exactly comes to light at this time. You know, maybe you can work together beyond this, or maybe it's a sign that, no, I don't want to continue this.
And then the next aspect is going to happen on July 16th here in the United States. Probably what, July 17th where you are?
Yeah, it looks like it'd be the early hours of Sunday, the 17th, for those in Australia.
And this is the Mercury Sun conjunction.
Yeah, this is a superior conjunction. There's two conjunctions, the inferior when Mercury is retrograde, and the superior when the Mercury is direct. And I'm just trying to think back to that episode we did on Mercury retrograde. I think the Earth is between, is the Earth between, or the Sun is between, yeah, the Sun is between the Earth and Mercury at this stage, I think, with the superior conjunction.
Right.
I'll have to go look that up.
It is.
But yeah, this, yeah, oh, good. Yeah. So this is the start of a whole new cycle. So yeah, and a whole new cycle for Mercury. And I mean, you know, Mercury's retrograde 3 times a year, so it's going to have an inferior conjunction about 3 times a year. And so it will also have a superior conjunction 3 times a year. So this isn't like a grand 20-year conjunction like Jupiter and Saturn or anything. This happens quite often, but it's a reset. So this is in a water sign, a cardinal water sign, Cancer. So yeah, maybe we'll be looking at relationships and emotions, and Cancer is very kind of bound up with family and tribe and belonging and nurturing. So
a lot of family talk.
Yes. I'm just looking to see where Mars is. And then we've got that, oh, okay, yeah, we've got Neptune. Oh, and actually Neptune's going to come along and trine both of those very soon, the next day. So that's actually nice. Might be a little bit idealized, but yeah. Sometimes that can help kind of smooth things over. Sometimes I suppose you need a little bit of stardust in your eyes.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, it spurs, you know, that kind of thinking spurs on creativity, you know, especially when you have that planet that's right on that sun. That's called a cazimi. So when that happens, it's almost like it's getting reborn with a new shot of ideas or energy. So it's when it's too close to the sun, it feels burnt. But when it's right on top, it's almost like the sun kind of says, oh, you're in my office. Let's concentrate on just you, give you whatever you needed, get you on your way. And then that Mercury is like, wow. And then we'll move on. I was analyzing it to the principal's office. Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good analogy. I do like that. And that's a point too, like leading up to this, probably maybe 10 days or so before and after, it's going to be hidden by the sun. It's too close to the sun. The sun's too bright. We don't see it physically in the sky. We can't see it because it's too close to the sun. And it's called under the beams. It's too close to the sun, and it does kind of lend to like ideas not being heard or valued, or you're not being heard. And that cazimi, like Donna said, it can be really invigorating. A lot of people believe it's almost like a genius type thing. But what did you say? You said something about new ideas and that.
Well, it's a good idea to meditate when that conjunction is happening.
Yeah, that would be a really good idea. But I remember hearing too, this is somebody that's been through a sickness. It's like it's been burnt up. It's come through all those beams, it's kind of like, this is a turning point though. It's like you might have been on death's door, but now you've come through that terrible thing. You actually turned that corner, but you're not fully recovered yet. You know, you've got to get through those next 15 degrees, the other side of the sun, and then whoop, then it'll be so much more powerful. But, you know, that doesn't mean that these ideas at this time, like Donna said, great time for thinking, meditating and all that sort of thing, might not be able to actually do much about them until after it's out from under those beams. So good time for, I suppose, I was going to say undercover, but just, you know, working on that, not kind of announcing it so much yet,
Right.
perhaps.
That internal work, that an internal dialogue.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the next day.
So, you know, with Neptune trining the sun, it's very wishy-washy. It's very dreamy. Even though the sun is illuminating it, it very well might be illuminating that wishy-washy, not quite sure where the boundaries are as well.
Yeah. I think this can be really idealistic. I mean, that Neptune, we spoke about the, you know, blurring the boundaries, and then it can also be a little bit deceptive. It can be also very inspiring, you know, kind of want us to be a better person, to, you know, just that idealism, that altruistic attitude. This could be a good time to go out and kind of do something for somebody else. You know, be kind, be nice, you know, not because you have to, but, you know, smile at people, you know, just little things, or maybe bigger things.
Yeah.
Go out and volunteer or do something nice. Don't look for, it's doing something, not looking for a reward, but kind of, you know, just to do it.
Yeah.
And I don't think at this time it will be a case of you're like, well, I did this, where's my reward? It's kind of like you do it because, you know, it makes you feel good, and it's also helping. So
exactly. Yeah. And I think I remember having a Neptune kind of an aspect. I want to say that the veil with the Neptune and the sun, the veil you might be able to see the veil. I think the veil is a little bit thinner. I'll just say that.
Quite possibly. Yeah. That's really interesting. It's something I hadn't considered. I'm not psychic or anything like that. I know you're a little bit psychic. Do you find that the case? Have you kind of noted that with Neptune? Or
I have been noting it. I haven't all my life, because this is, you know, relatively new. But yeah, I have been noticing it lately.
Interesting.
Just a little bit more information comes through, and it's not like I'm, you know, seeing people, but you get more information. It just kind of comes at you in the traditional ways that it always had been coming at me. You know, I just see it more starkly.
Could be good for some people with just generally, even if you're not psychic, maybe just good intuitive, good hunches,
Yes.
quite creative. Yeah. So yeah,
that's what
creative,
it is. It's the hunches.
idealistic.
Yeah.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah.
And then we've got that Neptune also trining Mercury. So yeah. Very dreamy, very really good for creativity.
That's what I would think.
I wouldn't go acting necessarily on those ideas straight away. And you've just had that Cazimi we were talking about just the day prior. Yeah, like we were saying, you know, maybe you need to work on them a little bit first. I mean, this trine from Neptune, it's going to be positive, hopefully, but it's still Neptune. It's still a little bit nebulous. Might need to kind of work out some of the ideas. Maybe it's a little bit too
fluid sitting in Pisces.
Yeah.
It's too fluid. it's not quite settled.
Yeah, it's just, you know, it might be a lovely idea, but it might not actually be possible. It might not be realistic. That doesn't mean that it can't be refined and try to get something really close to it, but you might need to wait for that trine from Neptune to move away or actually Mercury to move away from that trine to get a little bit more positive, and actually maybe even get that Mercury 15 degrees away from the sun to actually do something.
Yeah. Which doesn't it at this point, it goes a little bit faster than a degree a minute, right? Or a degree a day.
Yeah.
I
don't have the speed here at the time, but yeah, it's moving pretty fast. So actually let's see how long it'll take to get away from the sun. So it's going to be
just about to there.
So the 30th, and it's going to happen on the 16th. So no, the 17th. So about 13 days. And then we've got Venus moving into Cancer.
That feels like a warm aspect.
Yeah.
Nurturing.
Very nurturing, very inclusive, quite protective. You know, those crabs have claws. Cancer is a cardinal water sign. So it's initiating. It wants to move forward. It wants to take action. It is emotional, though, because it is water. And Venus is about our values and affections, and it's about bringing people together, and yeah.
And it's a big aspect. And what I mean by big is when any planet goes into another sign, it is a huge impact. Most often, if it's not for you on a personal level, it could be on a national level. So this is in the United States. Where is it? Is it
18th of July.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And no, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to go, where is it in the United States chart? It's in the 7th house?
Yeah, it'll be the 8th house.
Or the 8th house.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it's women in the sign of Cancer. Could have something to do with, that. I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah. 8th house.
It's just that I know when we might have judgment when that Venus goes into the 9th house from the on the Sibley chart.
The 9th house.
That's what I'm trying to look at is the Sibley, because the Sibley's the United States ascendant is Sagittarius. So I'm trying to just moving that, just turning that on my side. So yeah, that's going to be going into the 7th house of the Sibley chart. But either way, however you look at it, when Venus moves in, or when any of the planets move from one sign into another, it can be quite big.
Yeah.
It's a good day to journal.
Well, yeah. No, that will be interesting, particularly when it does go into the 9th. Like you said, 9th is law. So yeah, very interesting. Ooh. Then we got Mercury opposition Pluto.
Oh.
Yeah. That Mercury is not as strong as it should be. It's only 2 degrees away from the sun, so it's combust. It's not only under the beams, it's combust. It's kind of burnt up by the sun. It's had that cazimi, but it's still not up to full power. And that Pluto can be pretty brutal. This could be power plays with others. This could be really delving deep into unconscious motivations. This could be nasty. It could be also good. It could be if something needs to come to light and be exposed, this could be really good. But this could be, in a personal sense, could be quite, I don't want to say traumatic, but it could certainly be very upsetting.
It could also be go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say Pluto can just really pack a punch. Yeah, go on. What were you going to say?
I was going on the packing a punch. I was thinking this could be those times when you hear a really transformational type of speech, that you hear at the end of graduation, commencement services. Yeah.
Oh,
That's when I
interesting.
see Pluto and Mercury. I'm I'm looking for the good vibes. I'm thinking a transformational type of speech would be a great day to have a speech if you want to, get people moving.
That would certainly be a good use of it. Yeah. I'm just a little bit concerned with Mercury being so close to the sun. It's burnt up. I think this could be perhaps something that's maybe it needs to be heard, but maybe you're not quite ready to hear it yet. It could just be hurtful, but it could be something coming to light that needs to be coming to light. So, yeah. And I mean, Mercury's moving pretty fast, so it's going to get out of there pretty soon. So, it's not like this is a long transit where it's going to be there forever. So what have we got after that? Oh, Mercury. Well, see, Mercury is not going to only get out of there. It's going to get out of there and go into Leo, a whole different sign. So
Yeah. And as I said it before, when a planet moves into a new sign, journal, because something should happen either on a bigger global national type stage or even in your own life. I've had a lot of changing moments, and I can pinpoint to when the planets have moved from one sign into another. That's why I always say journal on those days, because there can be some big things going on.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Leo is a fixed sign, so our thinking can become a little bit more rigid at this time. It is a fire sign, so it can be a little bit of a firebrand. It's gets revved up quite easily. Yeah, so thinking, communications, learning. Leo's a very creative sign, can be very generous, can be a bit flashy. It does like attention. It does like to receive that applause. Mercury is still very close to the sun at this time. So once it moves into Leo, until it gets past, what did we say, around about the 30th, so about 10 days in, it might be feeling a little bit unappreciated. And, you don't want a Leo unappreciated. So, yeah. It can be, like I said, a little bit fixed. Well, it is fixed. It's just the way it is, which can be good. Sometimes you need to stick to your guns. Other times, a little bit of, what's the word? A little bit of adaptability can be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, we are going to move into Virgo after this, in about another 3 or 4 weeks, and it will be adaptable then. And Donna's been talking about planets changing signs, and it's, things are happening because they're moving from, one element, fire, earth, air, water, and they're also moving from like fixed to mutable to cardinal. So there's these different energies around at this time. But yeah, I think this Mercury will be happier after the 30th. So how many days in July? 30 days in September, April, June and November. So yeah, once we get into August, which is, let's face it, it's Leo season then anyway, it's going to be a lot happier.
Yeah.
But yeah, it might be licking its wounds before then, because it's just had that opposition with Pluto as well.
That's true. It's true. And Pluto has got that, well, anthill into a molehill.
Yeah. Make big things small and small things big. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So just the sun opposite Pluto, that's going to have that transformation maybe brought more to light than what it was. That's to me what the sun opposing Pluto is trying to do, is like, I see you.
Yeah, it could be really good for transformation, like Donna said. Can make you feel a little bit like you're not fully in control. I think this is very challenging. Maybe something needs to be brought into balance. But yeah, oppositions and squares are challenging aspects, and Pluto can pack a real wallop. If you've got planets around about these degrees, around about 27 degrees of the cardinal signs, so that's Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, and Aries, you might feel this a little bit more than others. But yeah, this could just be a really uncomfortable day.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I mean, Pluto is that planet that's in charge of all those hidden things, and if you want to keep them hidden and they've been comfortable hidden for you, the sun is trying to bring them out.
Yeah, shine a light on them. Yeah, I think some people are going to feel like they're not fully in control. You know, life is happening at them. We'll see. Hopefully more positive transformation. So,
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's no reason why we shouldn't strive to have all of the aspects more positive. I mean, even the challenging ones do,
yeah.
give us an opportunity for growth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And this could be a real phoenix from the flames,
Yeah.
Rising from the ashes moment.
For sure.
Sometimes you just got to go through the fire. Yeah.
Yeah. As uncomfortable as that is. There's been many phoenixes who have flown. Now we're on to Mercury trining Jupiter.
No, we've got Sun into Leo.
Well, then this is, as I've said before, whenever a planet, and even though it's a luminary, even, whenever a celestial thing goes into another sign, it's going to be journal worthy. And this is no exception. It's going to have its own, the sun is, its natural sign is Leo. So it's in its own home, area. It has all of its tools that it wants to work with. It wants to shine. It wants to be the leader. It wants to be out front. It wants to, speak the loudest. So, and with Mercury there, I think it very well might be.
Yeah. Yeah. The sun takes about a month to go through each sign, which is why most people are aware of what their sun sign is, or their star sign is their sun sign. So yeah, the sun moving into Leo will shine a light on a different area of your chart. So wherever Leo is in your natal chart from the 22nd of July, that will probably be a stronger focus for you that month. Leo's ruled by the sun, so yeah, it's in its home. It's very comfortable here. So yeah. And then Mercury trine Jupiter. Oh, look at that. Jupiter's getting ready to station. So that kind of puts a little bit of a different slant on it too.
Oh, it certainly does. It certainly does. Because, yeah. Did you want to go first?
No, you can go first.
Okay. I will do that. Jupiter, it is stationing. I did not see that until you just mentioned it. Anytime a planet either goes into a new sign or it stations and changes direction is significant, and you can expect an impact, whether it's, more globally, nationally, or in your own life. With it trining Mercury, I would think that it has a lot to do with a big message. It could be a big message with sitting in Aries, and that's aggression. So I would watch for angry words, big angry words, on the more personal level.
Interesting.
Or you could see it at the national level.
Mercury trine Jupiter, big words, big ideas, grand plans. That Jupiter is stationing. So it's really, really slow at this time. I'm not sure when it's going to actually station. I think at the end of the month, maybe around about the 30th. But yeah, it's really slow. The only thing I would watch with this, great ideas, whereas has the sun got away? No, the sun is still really close to that Mercury. So that Mercury is still, it's still combust under the beams. It's getting great ideas, but it's just not getting the go-ahead, I don't think. That Jupiter is that optimism and that enthusiasm, and that Aries, it wants to move and it wants to act. But Jupiter's kind of just really slowing down. It's getting ready to go backwards. It wants to travel over old ground, so it doesn't want to go jaunting all over the place. So yeah, I think this Mercury is going to be a little bit disappointed that these grand plans are going to take longer, that, you know, people that might have been enthusiastic about it don't seem as enthusiastic about it. But, you know, if it's a great idea, hold on to it. Just keep working on it while Jupiter is retrograde. And when it comes back to around about this time, it should be easier. If you've got planets at 8 degrees of the sign or within a degree or two, that might be, you might feel it worse.
Yeah.
So.
I think when Mars goes retrograde, isn't it going retrograde back to an 8 degrees of Gemini?
Yes, I think
Which
it
will
is.
sextile that.
Yeah,
That point.
interesting. And that will be in about January. Yeah. I believe it's stationed. 8 is popping up a lot, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Interesting.
So it will be interesting.
Yeah, I think a lot of ideas are going to kind of go on the back burner. And like Donna said, I mean, Mars goes retrograde every couple of years. So it's going to be in Gemini, which is, you know, ruled by Mercury. It's all about, you know, ideas and curiosity and all that sort of thing. I think we're kind of moving into the second week. Well, we are in the second half of the year. I think the second half of the year is going to be a little bit frustrating in general. I think a lot of those ideas just aren't going to get off the ground. Doesn't mean that they won't eventually, but they're not going to be as quick as we want. So
yeah.
Good call on that though, about the 8 degrees. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just and you said frustrating. I'm seeing Neptune is retrograde, Saturn's retrograde, Pluto's retrograde. And then now Jupiter, our biggest planet, is going to be retrograde. It's just a lot of things might feel a little sluggish.
Yeah, Jupiter retrograde, I kind of think of like, who cares? You know, you're all fired up and enthusiastic about it, and it's like, yeah, whatever. You know.
That's funny. Hopefully that does not happen in my house. I've got a lot of plans that I want to, you know, get some tasks done around my house. So
I get them started really quick, Donna.
I think I'm gonna have to. Yeah, especially before Mars goes, you know, retrograde, because that, you know, add, you know, more aroma to the already big pile.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think Mars gets all the way through to about 25 degrees of Gemini before it retrogrades. So use all that, get up and go, and before it gets up and retrogrades.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but with the Jupiter and the Mercury, I would, you know, with the trine, it's something's going to come easier. But that Jupiter is stationing, so I think it's that iron. It's burning a spot in that one spot before it goes back.
Yeah. And with Jupiter, like you said, it's a big planet, and sometimes it can be too big. You know, maybe that idea needs to be refined. Maybe it needs to be pared down a little bit. And then a couple of days later, we have the benefics. Venus and Jupiter are going to be square. I see this as too much of a good thing. It's overindulgence. It's all the good things in life, but we just took it a little bit too far. That Jupiter pushed the envelope, and yeah, kind of like a hangover.
Yeah. The you know, the squares cause action. So whatever you've been overindulging in, this is going to tell you to stop, knock it off. That or you know, if you are trying to use it, a square aspect, you know, drives you into action. And so I'm wondering if this wouldn't be a good time to start a new health thing. I like to use the benefics towards health. It might
Yeah, that could.
spring into action, especially with the Jupiter is still in Aries.
And it's stationing, so that big planet's slowing down, you know, all that forward movement's just like, "Ugh." So yeah, that could be interesting. It could certainly be a positive element to it.
Yeah, well, I try to look for the positive. Trying to get out of this life unscathed.
Yeah. And then the next day, not quite so nice.
No.
We have, where is it? Mercury and Mars, harsh words, fighting words. Because Mars is the planet of war, it's aggression. It's in the sign of Taurus, so it's not a super active Mars, but it's very fixed in its ideas. And it's, squaring that Mercury. That Mercury still not quite out from under the sunbeams either. So that Mercury is a little bit vulnerable. Communications, learning, thinking. So yeah, and that Mars is getting very close to that Uranus. Is throwing in that erratic nature. So
yeah, that could definitely cause a disruption for sure. Yeah, that can be a disruptive, type of theme because of the Uranus Mars. It could also be, that those fighting words and just things not going, or drive. If like an unexpected drive, to communicate.
Interesting. Yeah. Because Mars isn't in an awfully good position here. He's in a sign of his detriment. He's kind of feeling lazy. He's in indulgent sign of Taurus. He doesn't want to parlay with Mercury, I don't think. It's like you got a really placid person who's, slow to fire up and that, but you push them, push that right button and, you're really sorry that you did. That's kind of the impression I'm getting here. Biting off more than you can chew, really. And harsh words.
Yeah.
I suppose used positively, these could be motivating, I suppose. Mercury's going to move quick. It's moving quick at that time. This is just kind of like an argument, a squabble. Maybe your feelings get hurt. Maybe your ideas are discounted. People kind of like, what do you know?
Definitely interesting. What is the best way to navigate through all these planets unscathed?
Oh, yeah. It's easier said than done, though. I sometimes look at my chart and see something coming up and think, yeah, keep your mouth shut. And, do I? No. You can know these things and still blunder in,
Yes.
And
you can see them and, forage ahead, with, a little stiffer backbone because that you've got some drive behind you.
Yeah, or you see something like Venus conjunct your sun or something, you think, oh great, it just gives you that little bit more optimism or enthusiasm, and it can certainly bolster you. But yeah, sometimes maybe it's just me. I've got Saturn in Aries, so like I'm going to listen. Don't do that. Okay. We'll see. What if I did anyway? What's the worst that could happen? Oh, that's the worst that could happen.
No, you don't want to ask that. I never want to ask that.
Yeah, but your Saturn's in what? Capricorn or Aquarius?
It's in Aquarius, yeah.
Yeah.
So
you got a dignified Saturn.
I do have a nicer
Mine's
Saturn.
a rat bag.
Yours is where?
And Saturn's my malefic contrary to sex. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mm, mm.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
I have a better
So
position Saturn.
you do, most definitely.
Right. And then we'll go on to the new moon in Leo for the next episode.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure where that is exactly. Let me have a quick look. It must be around about 3 degrees or something, it looks like. 3
Yeah.
degrees of Leo. So that'll
Yeah.
be interesting.
It should
New
be
moon.
a new moon in Leo. Yeah. Yeah. You're looking for something to, shine and be bright. And so, if you liked this or thought there was any value to it, please like, subscribe, share, comment. All of those help us to, get the content out to other people. So we appreciate that when you do that for us.
Mhm.
Lynda, where can people find you?
I'm at Scullywag Astrology. That's astrology.scullywag.com. I'm also on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. I was going to say too, with these long episodes that we do, I cut them down into individual. So like we just had, Mercury trine Jupiter. There will be later in the month on our Astrobabble Facebook page and on the Astrobabble YouTube page, we have those individual ones too. So could be, something to do. If you're interested in this, but you think, that's 2 weeks away, I won't remember that. Sign up for our Astrobabble, or not sign up, but follow our Astrobabble page or check out the YouTube channel. And yeah, we post those, about a day or so before they're ready to happen. The
Right.
YouTube
So,
channel is sometimes a week or two ahead. So yeah.
yeah. You're like, oh, I remember there was something about Venus that I wanted to know. And it was on that, when I was planning on doing whatever, you can go back those little snippets. You have
Yeah.
you have dubbed them, and they're very helpful. Even I go back to them. It's like, oh, what did I say about that? Yep, there it was. So if they are
Yeah.
nice and handy to get back to, because they do refresh your memory about what that energy's, going to come at you.
And I mean, they're only small. Some of them are like a minute. Some of the really longer ones where we kind of get on a tangent there, it could be 4 or 5 minutes, but they're very short. And yeah, so check out the Astrobabble Facebook page or the Astrobabble YouTube channel. Yeah.
Right.
And what about you, Donna? What are you up to?
I am working on another episode for second progressions. That's what we're going to be hopefully getting to pretty soon. And I am doing natal readings, electional readings, horary readings, and I also do crystal layouts. I can do them distance. So if you are interested, please go to my website, donnabastrology.com, and you can navigate to trying to get in touch with me. Or you can just go to my Facebook page, donnabarconsulting.com. No, Facebook page, Donna Bar Consulting. Just that's all there is. Go to that, and you can get onto a appointment if you want to schedule any kind of a reading with me.
Yeah. And you're going to do an article on Amethyst, I believe?
I will be doing an article on Amethyst. Yes, there's lots to cover with the Amethyst. So yeah, I will definitely be doing one.
Good. Yeah. Well, we're a little bit ahead. So what are we? We're recording this on the 22nd, and it doesn't happen until the 13th of July. So yeah, we're about 3 weeks ahead at the moment. We will have that article linked to in the description, though.
Yes, we'll do. So, and if you want to know your ascendant, or you want to know, any of those, questions, you can get a hold of either Lynda or I, and we can help you figure out what your ascendant is. All you'll need is your birth time and your birthplace. So it's very specific on the time.
Yeah. The ascendant moves about a degree every 4 minutes.
Right. An hour is going to make a difference.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Even 15 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have, if you don't have your, like Donna said, you can contact either one of us, or I've got something on the Scullywag astrology site. You can generate your own one. And I'm doing readings. I'm doing, what am I doing? I'm doing natal readings. I'm doing relationship readings and year ahead readings. So, yeah. So thank you everyone for listening, and take care. We'll see you next time.
See you soon. Thank you. Bye.
Ciao.